So first of all, let's introduce each one of you. Let's start with Jessica. Everybody knows Jessica Walker. She's considered the queen of cryptocurrency. She's working for, she was working for Dukascopy Bank. She hails from Wales. Afterwards, you were working for News BTC, where actually that was our opportunity to meet you. And now she's for blockslive.io, based in Malta. It's very interesting. It's like a TV show on cryptocurrency news, on blockchain. You're one of the producers of that show, and I see you, and I'm really happy that you joined us as one of the panelists in the Women of the Year panel.
Thank you so much. Thank you for such a nice introduction. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jessica. Then we have Claire Wellard. Claire Wellard, so Jessica hails from Wales, okay? Claire hails from London, or a bit outside of London, right?
Yes, correct.
But Claire Wellard is really known in the affiliate business of iGaming specifically. From the start, and built herself like as a brand name in the industry. She has been working for ERE Consulting, which is a leading regulated, it's an affiliated focusing on regulated markets, but like the cutting edge of the affiliates. Then she also consults and privately with iCapital Excel, right? Mm-hmm. Lots of interesting ventures. Thank you for joining us. Victoria, she has been working from iBus Media. This is how I knew her, because she was working for one of my friends. They had an office in Vilnius, and then, you know, the company boosted revenues, boosted ROI, and now she's from TonyBet, and you have also a sister company, TG Lab, and it's interesting stuff. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Then we have Jenny. Jenny Chamova is very well known also in the fintech and in the crypto industry. You're from Jupiter Exchange. Jenny was a participant in the Israeli capital market, and it's interesting. You're from Jupiter Exchange. You're working with many of the operators here in converting people with crypto into their offerings. That's very nice. Thank you, Jenny, for joining us. Next, Nina, also known as Konstantina. She has been nominating for a few years for a Woman of the Year in iGaming, and some of our clients work with your offerings. They're a pure B2B solution. Nina she's an expert. She studied computer science. That's true diversity, you know, computer science. So this is true diversity. Thank you so much, Nina. From Malta. I'm not saying Macedonia. Now you're from Malta. Okay? No politics here.
No.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Then we have Margot. Margot from Hyperion, as I said beforehand. Margot also, I see Maria from Hyperion, also from the same city of Kharkiv. Kharkov. There's also Krakow, which is Poland. So it's similar, but it's not that same. And Hyperion, as I said, based in Malta, actually, but working with many of the interesting companies and giving outsourcing solutions. Lots of employees, and I like to work with your company. Last but not least, to the left of me, this is Lee, also known as Lital Tsur. She's from Compik, Lital. You're from Compik. Compik is a company from Hong Kong, Singapore. Actually, you have also a base in the Philippines. So thank you for joining us, Lital Tsur. Thank you. Wow, 7. That's the largest panel in SiGMA, I think, ever. From the first SiGMA, there was no panel with like 7 speakers and a moderator. That's too much. Let's start. I want to understand, first of all, from you, from each one of you, some of the interesting stuff that your organization is going over. Let's start with Jessica. You're from Blocks Live TV.
Yeah.
Let us know more about Block Live TV.
So Blocks TV founded in October of this year, and we aim to be kind of the first linear stream of 3 hours of blockchain and cryptocurrency news. And Malta's the great place to be positioned for that, because a lot of people are coming to these kind of conferences from all over the world. I originally started in the broadcast journalism industry in 2015, so I witnessed a change from finance over to blockchain to this new adoption that we are seeing. Really interesting time to be in the space. Awesome to be here and be on the panel with these lovely ladies.
First of all, thank you, Jessica. So the idea of Blocks Live is like it's a show. What's the business model of the how does it work?
So what we do is we have correspondents from all over the world. We have our headquartered studio in Malta, and it's just an educational television show. We also have market analysis. We have a team of correspondents. We constantly invite guests that are doing visionary aspects in the industry. We work with organizations such as Binance. They're working with charity projects right now, and we've interviewed CZ from Binance several times, and also people like the United Nations who are using blockchain technology to really make a difference, and that's what we're doing. We're making some interesting content.
And the diversity, the girl who interviewed me in the blockchain, she's from Kiev, right? You have like all around the world. You're from Wales.
Yes, exactly. We have correspondents in Korea, Canada, London, all over the place.
And the team is actually based here in Malta.
In Malta, yeah.
Amazing. Claire, So you are, as you said, outside of London, a bit outside. Actually, from where?
I'm from Kent, so southeast England, yeah. In the green part of England.
The green part of England, the countryside.
Yeah.
So tell us more about where do you work now? What is your things that you do now? Why is it innovative? Yeah.
Yeah, so I run an affiliate network. It's based out of Sweden, but I work remote from the UK. We've been in business for 8 years, and we basically came in. We saw my owner saw a gap in the market between the affiliates and the operators. So affiliates come to the shows, it's great, there's a lot of opportunities, and they walk away with 100 business cards and not really knowing where to go with them and what to do. So we step in, we advise on the best ones, based on our experience. We can see over the years we've worked with probably up to 200, 220 different operators. We know which ones are converting, we know which ones have great affiliate managers, we know which ones talk the talk but can't walk the walk, so we can come in and advise the affiliates of which ones we would recommend based on our experience, and also based on what the affiliate's looking for as well. That's how we started, that's how we kind of stayed true to that. It's changed over the years. We've had different offices come and go, we've had people work remote for us. We go into different operators as well, so operators that either are new to the market or that have maybe a restructure or that are launching new markets. They come to us and come for our advice, come for our affiliate experience, basically. So we will step in either on a short-term, a long-term basis on their affiliate departments, help manage their staff, help manage their program until a period where they perhaps then upscale their business.
If I understand correctly, that's probably why you're called like IRE Consulting, because you do like consulting, but you're also like a network.
Yes, exactly.
Now I understand. It's nice to see like you're COO, actually,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
It's like a senior level positioning. It's nice to see it.
Yes.
Actually, she's modest. She's COO, but actually, she's like the face of the company. And most of the people who know IRE actually are working with you directly. Asaf is working with you directly. Many of the people and actually, but you have also, you can do also your own business? Or?
Yeah, exactly. So this year I decided it was, I've been with IRE for 8 years. I've been in the industry for just over 12. Started as an affiliate manager, very junior, got thrown in at the deep end. My boss told me, here's a list of affiliates, call them and see how you can help them. And I didn't even know what an affiliate did. I mean, I was shaking so much, I was terrified. And, now I've been running the network for 8 years, can kind of run it with my hands tied behind my back. So I decided that now was the time to branch out and see what other opportunities there are. And it's really interesting when you open your mind and just have a couple of conversations. Actually, there's lots of different opportunities out there, and it's really, really exciting. So I'm very happy so far. I kind of have the best of both worlds. The network is incredible, and I'm very, very lucky to have that. And also the flexibility to kind of now
your own thing.
To do my own thing.
Amazing. It's amazing.
Great.
Not many people, men or women, are stepping out of their comfort zone, and that is interesting to see. Claire did a large step to say, listen, I'm here, I'm in a senior position, I reached the top of the pinnacle, but I want also to check other opportunities, and actually you're enjoying both of them, which is nice.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely.
still trusted by the team, and you can still do your own thing, which is
Yeah,
interesting.
absolutely.
Thank you so much, Claire. Thank you. Victoria from Vilnius. Is there any happening in Lithuania outside of Vilnius, or everything is in Vilnius?
No, actually, well, you mentioned that, there's like IBUS Media, which is better known as Poker News, and TonyBet, but we actually have more gaming companies like BetGenius has an IT department. We have Bet Games, which is a games provider, a few smaller ones. So they're mainly, obviously, they're in Vilnius concentrated, but they have offices all over Lithuania, here and there. So yeah.
Where in which cities?
There's Kaunas, then there's Klaipėda. So depending on the teams, so yeah.
But it's interesting to see. It's exactly like with Margot, Kiev and Kharkiv, and Asaf is in Haifa, outside of Tel Aviv. Like it looks like in some, but in Malta it's like more diversified. It's not that everything is in the same place. In probably cities like places like that, it's like very concentrated in a place.
Yeah, I mean Lithuania as country is not very big, so obviously.
How many cities?
2.7 million. So it's obviously all the companies and towns are gathered in capital and a couple of bigger cities. So that's kind of natural, I guess, for most of the countries. Yeah.
Amazing. And you're now in TonyBet. You have very nice booths, like very, let's say, classic. Only the logo and that's it. No frills. It's very interesting to see like the difference here between the booths. Some of them put only the name and that's it. Some have, there was very nice one, like a castle that you feel like in the kingdom of toys. And you had like only the name TonyBet. So what's the plans for your company, let's say, for the next year? Because I know that you're also developing your own B2B software. What's going on there?
So I'll give a bit of history. TonyBet has been around for 10 years in the industry. There is a very interesting fact going around that actually TonyBet was bought by Betson, which is not true. Only the Lithuanian part of TonyBet was bought by Betson. And
only one of the operations?
Yeah. Only the Lithuanian part. And TonyBet is now operating, continuing to operate under UK and Estonian licenses, with our primary market being UK. We have in-house platform for sports, casino, and poker, and our own affiliate platform. So everything is developed in-house. Back in the day, our B2B branch was the same TonyBet, then it grew into a separate unit now called TG Lab, and we have over 100 coders that not only develop TonyBet further, but we have B2B clients.
Where are they based also?
Also Vilnius, yes.
So you don't have diversity. Everything is like, Vilnius is diversity itself, which is like, but sorry to say, but it's nice.
You can say so. Well, we have a couple of people that are working remotely all over the world. We can call that diversity.
Yeah, you are.
And we don't have let's say, a very strict rule that you have to sit in Vilnius office.
Which is nice. Yeah. But you're working from the office in Vilnius?
Yes.
Right, very nice.
Basically, while changing the company, apart from, that I really love the idea of TonyBet and the view and the mission and, the whole product is for me to stay in my home country. Yeah.
That's best, of course. And it's nice because not everybody there, there are many people that went out of Vilnius, moved to London, moved to Malta, moved to Stockholm. You're loyal to, and it's nice. Yeah. Nice to see it. Jenny Erez Shamova, you're from Tel Aviv, originally from Russia, have been participant in the capital markets in Israel, and actually you converted yourself largely from being like in the mainstream fintech and being in the capital markets. You just went to the crypto and the bitcoins and all this interesting stuff, which is actually, it's a very interesting. Here in the audience, we're mainly women. That's nice. And in the crypto industry, it's like largely men. Why is it that? Do you think it will continue?
I think that women more open-minded, more organized, and they need to build a gate from the regular finance to crypto to move on and to build more businesses on this specific area. And I represented here the Jupiter exchange. We built a gate between cryptocurrency and fiat. And we help to operators to buy, for their customers, buy Bitcoin and deposit to their platform with Bitcoins and to convert it after to fiat.
That's part of the main innovation that I see in Jupiter Exchange, and that's why I think it's very interesting because, normally, when you get into a gaming operator, you pay with your MasterCard, your Visa, you pay in dollars, euros, you play, you gamble, that's it. You lose, you win. Most of the time you lose, but sometimes you win, but that's a fair game. What your company actually offers, and this is what I think it's really interesting and innovative, is let's say you have a gaming operator, and then you integrated with Jupiter.
Yeah.
Then the client, the customer, what's the next step? How does it work?
Customer buy Bitcoin, and in this way, the operators it can help to eliminate the problem with chargebacks and rolling reserves. They get their money in the same minutes. When the clients swipe the credit card or use the bank wires, the operators can get their Bitcoins.
Get their money, they reduce the chances of chargeback because, as we all know, when cryptocurrency moves hands, it's quite impossible to reverse that transaction. Of course, in the case of fraud, of course, everything is possible. But in the normal circumstances, that's the benefit that actually your company brings to the industry. Great. Thank you so much. Nina, Konstantina. You prefer Konstantina or Nina?
It's same.
So, B2Bet company, already, let's say, for few years in the market, already have an impact. You have guys, you have girls, you have a guy there. David, hello. But you're a senior. You're in senior position in the company. Let me, how you came from computer science. That's it. Instantly you got into gaming. How you entered this world of gaming?
I have been working for long years in software development company for different industries. And when the company reached to the point to have a desire to enter in the gaming, then we started developing our own software, established B2Bet, and I was part of the team. So that was a very easy process, I would say.
Real, yeah. I believe many people had, much more hurdles, And I know that you're very big in AI, and your product is like utilizing AI and big data. In what sense?
I think that technology is progressing very much in the world. So every industry has to grasp that and implement what is important and what can make the difference in the market. So we saw the opportunity. And we are implementing techniques and methods of artificial intelligence in order to help the operators to build their brand, to build their operation more efficiently, and in a way to have a product that is closer to every other application which millennials are facing today.
That's the next big thing. Everybody speaks here on millennials, the esports, how to convert millennials, how can we make money for millennials. So that's the next big thing in your eyes as well.
Yes, of course, because while they are using currently all other applications or they're facing other industries, they face AI in many countries. So and even maybe they are not aware of it sometimes, but still they're facing that. So this is why we have to drive the gaming industry in that way.
It's interesting because everybody was speaking on the AI, a few years ago, and I remember coming with Asaf to a conference and discussing it. And then last year there was a boom of GDPR in May. And then what do we do with this data? Do we need to get the consent? And yesterday in this room there was a very interesting workshop on GDPR by iGaming Academy, I think, and it was interesting to speak again about the anonymized data. And I thought that the GDPR will make this AI and big data collapse, but
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so, because it's all about processes and procedures and making things right.
Margot, actually, your company closed the loophole that I knew from experience. Companies had 50% of their expenses on salaries. In places like Sweden, they're very bright minds, but they cost a fortune. London, or let's say UK, from where Jessica and Claire comes, it's nice, but the cost of living is high, and the cost of programmers is high. And actually, you took this loophole, your company, and actually made it in a very diversified way. So can you please let us know how Hyperion is helping with diversity?
So yes, I think Hyperion covers two loops, saying that the cost efficient, of course, and working with enterprise customers, they here in Malta, for example, you can easily face a problem of scaling. So when you become big, you need to scale. Either you buy or acquire a company in another country, or you just set up a dedicated teams with a trusted company like Hyperion. So actually in Hyperion, how it supports women, so I would say I'm here, so you see that it's...
You're actually the face of the company together with Stav, the co-founder and the CEO, which is very, very nice. People know you more than the other two partners in Hyperion, which is actually great. I think it's great, and that is diversity.
Yeah, so that is diversity, and I can say that by now we have 40% of women, and in different positions. So development, backend development, front-end development, testers, QA, automatic testers, PMs, Scrum Masters. So we're just management, and so we promote that. We help women by trainings, by conferences. We are always motivating them to go further with their careers.
One of my favorite things that again is also getting us to the same subject is you have your own blockchain academy to take people who finished university or not even finished university, and you teach them blockchain, but applicable, let's say practical blockchain, so they can be developers of the next generation of blockchain applications. And that's interesting, because ICO, everybody saw the big boom, and after the big boom, everything goes like that. but still, people are still, still interested. So first of all, thank you for joining us, Lital. I want to hear more about Compic. Probably many of the audience want to understand exactly what you do and why is it interesting and innovative.
Compic is actually a wholesale VoIP provider. We are catered for all markets. Our extensive network of telecom partners allow us to give very reliable and professional high-quality calls and SMS services. We also have an in-house platform that we developed and bring all the call centers to the future with technology and elevate and give you better results. That's in a high perspective. We can take all your offices from all over the world and give them services under the same umbrella.
So this operator, how does it integrate with your service?
Well, usually we were more focused into the markets of crypto, Forex, CFD. But today, after this conference, actually I was surprised on the positive side that even in the iGaming industry, there is a lot of, we can cater to that market with the SMS services. There's a lot of providers for the iGaming world that is there to preserve and reactivate players that they have call centers and they do have outbounds and outgoing calls that we can provide them our services.
And all these routes are like, it's your own routes. How can you ensure that these routes are all high quality? Because all of us know some of this, when you're calling a call center and you speak with someone in the other part of the world, and it's obvious for you that he's in Asia or in Europe or in Eastern Europe where he's supposed to be being in UK. How can you ensure that the quality will stay good?
Yes, we all know it's all starting from communication. When you have good communication and a quality communication, you get better results. We are almost 7 years in this business. We have a very extensive network of providers worldwide. Our pop-ups is from Latin America until Asia. Once you have a server that is very close to geographically where you are getting much higher quality of calls because of a high range of almost more than 130 providers. Usually other competitors, you have 20 to 30 providers. We have more than 130. We can get better range of routes and prices.
Exactly.
So.
Better routes and also less latency and more proximity to the servers, which is always great. I know your CTO is very nice. Tomer is great. You have like great women also in your team. So I just wonder, out of curiosity here, we have like seven women. It's an open question. I wonder, if you have, with you, Margot, I know that there is a large percentage of women programmers, which is a really nice feature. Konstantina, I know David here, but you have lots of women in Bet2Bet, or So
Yes. We have in management and also developers. I think that it all depends on the culture of the company, which is mainly created by the owners and the C-level management.
Exactly.
And as they are very open-minded, they seek for a skill rather than differentiate the people based on their sex or something like that.
Absolutely.
So it is important, and I think that in the company they have all equal chances to grow. Obviously, I'm one of the examples for diversity, because whatever the main leaders propagate, that is what all the organization do. So it is, in essence, I think everything starts from there.
I think it's amazing to see. Look, we have here Nina speaking. We have David taking a film here, which is amazing. Your press officer is actually a guy, Pierre. I like this change of roles, Conventionally, the PR manager, which is, it's a very, let's say, it's important role. Normally, let's say 10 or 15 years ago, you were communicating with a girl. Now you have a guy working for you.
Of course.
Which is nice. That's diversity. Victoria, you have women, you have men. Actually, when you left in very good terms, I know, personally, IBUS, Poker News, as you said, some of your great employees actually moved with you, and it was women. Agne, one from the famous twin sisters, and actually, now in TonyBet, you have a large percentage of women. How do TonyBet empower women?
I think, first of all, the biggest thing should be not to put such a huge accent on diversity. I would agree in a sense where, we're talking about about equality, that's good. But putting like a harsh accent on that is not correct. I would agree a lot with Nina that we should look for skill. At TonyBet and TG Lab, our B2B company, you can see a lot of, diversity. We have a girl as our CTO. She's one of senior technical people of the company.
She's the CTO. She's in charge of the technology of the
one part of the technology, yes.
Very nice.
And
That's
we
nice.
have a lot of women in IT part of the business. Yes, we have our affiliate team, which is bigger part consisted of women. We have me running TonyBet. We have our head of security and payment, Ruta. It's diversity, but I really don't like the focus where companies are hiring women because they have to have women.
But this is, I think, very unique, let's say, to California or to places where you have a law where the board of directors have to have a specific number of women. There was, and Margot, you come from the IT. The IT is not very popular to have lots of women as developers or as directors. So if I understand correctly, Victoria, you say that the diversity needs to come, I don't know, out of skills, but not out of, let's say, from above?
It comes from the culture, as Nina said, and also from the skill. For myself, I studied applied mathematics and IT.
Really?
It was half girls, half guys.
Really?
So, it was like 14 years ago. And even then it was, Lithuania, Baltics, Eastern Europe, you can call it like that. It was diversity then already.
That's diversity.
So for me, it's, yes, we see a lot of bad examples, but I think coming from culture, coming from educating companies, looking more at the skill, you have, diversity in that sense, because we can talk that sometimes men are forgotten as well.
Claire, you already made it big. I want to hear from you some tips for the audience, for women who want to succeed in our challenging industry, in our demanding online industry.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of places you can go. Of course, look at everybody who's so successful here on the stage already. I started my first job completely, not even in the industry, my first job out of school. I got paid £75 a week, and, I trained at college at the same time. It was a government scheme. They said do that in 12 months. I did it in 9 or 10 because who wants to earn £75 a week? So I worked hard and I worked fast, and I then ended up in a really great hi-fi company called Bose. I actually started there. That was my £75 a week. They offered me a position. It wasn't good enough. I believed in my self-worth, and I turned them down.
Wow.
I took a risk. I turned them down, and I always just believed that I believed in my self-worth, and I knew that I was a hard worker. I knew I was a fast worker. And I'm not scared to learn, and I'm not scared to grow. And I think that's really important. I think as long as you kind of stay true to yourself and you work hard and you have a goal, don't just work for a salary. I work because I love what I do. And I think if you love what you do, you're going to be successful. And take criticism, learn from that and grow from that. And I think that's really important. I think, one of the reasons that I moved away from Era Consulting somewhat, kind of went part-time, is because I knew that I needed to grow again. I've reached a limit. I can run the network very successfully, but for myself, I know that I need to learn from another team, from more people. Speaking on the panel, Tal's been incredible for me, bringing me out. I've been in the industry for a long time, but this is the first year that I've been on panels. I was slightly terrified, but the first time I did it, but Tal, it's something for me that it pushes me out of my comfort zone, and it made me step up again. So thank you for that. And I think that would be my biggest tip, is just believe in what you can do. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And rather than just give them some, for want of a better word, BS answer and just make it up, I told them, I don't know, but please bear with me. I'll come back to you in an hour. Nice. And actually people respected me for that, just to be honest and say, I'm not sure.
That's a great tip. That's a great tip. If you don't, as you said, in this industry, lots of BS.
Yeah.
If you don't know something, just say.
Yeah.
And then the things that you do know will be more reliable.
Yes, exactly. And I've learned a lot from that, and actually people have respected that. And I don't like not knowing things, but you can't know everything, and you always have to grow. And not knowing things enables you to grow as well. So I go and find somebody that does know, and they can educate me, and that not only builds my skills, but I go back and people respect me. Okay, and I might be an introduction for somebody else as well,
Amazing. Thank you so much, Claire, for your insight. And Jessica, would you agree that taking risks is something which is like inherent to the industry?
Absolutely. I think there's one thing that is really crucial, especially for women in this space. So I've been interviewing people across the world for about 3 years, and there's something which I'm really desperate to see from women in the industry, which I've seen from men in the space, is to come to journalists and to TV organizations and speak about yourself, speak about your skill set. A lot of the times we'll get management teams that are women, but they will speak about a subject maybe representing the company, and they'll never really share their personal experience. And it's something that I do see from men in the industry. Men will come in and say, I'd like to speak about myself. I'd like to speak about my 10 years of experience and how I've come to the position I have. And I've never seen it from a woman yet, and I would love to, because they've got amazing stories to tell, like the people on this board, amazing work experiences and growth, and the value that you add to a company, that can never lie. So if you go and you share your work experiences, people are always listening, and people love to hear more about it.
Thank you so much. Guys, it was such an inspiring time for me. So guys, it was a pleasure for me. I really hope that you have a lovely day. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.